Okay, today we're going to be making some homemade disinfectant wipes that you see right here. For me, it's very hard to find these in stores right now, so I thought I'm going to go online, see if I can come up with a procedure to make my own, and sure enough, there it is. So I haven't made these before, so I thought, well, let's make a video and show you what I used, how we did it, and show you that it's pretty easy and that you too can make your own homemade disinfectant wipes. Okay, so the first thing we have is a container, and this is an old peanut butter jar that I've cleaned out, and it has a lid, which is important because we're going to be using rubbing alcohol and you don't want that to evaporate, so a lid is needed. We'll need some dish soap, just standard dish soap, whatever you have on hand. We'll need half a tablespoon for the ratio that I'm making, and we'll need some rubbing alcohol. This is probably the most important piece of this mixture we're making. It's recommended that your rubbing alcohol that you use is between 60% to 90%. So the one I have here is 70%. So that's what I have on hand. And for this, we need half a cup. And we'll need some warm water. I just boiled some water, let it cool a little bit. We need 1 cup of warm water. Now this is optional, but we'll be adding a few drops of essential oils. This particular one is Refresh. And of course, we'll need some paper towel, just a standard roll of paper towel. We're going to be cutting this down to fit into my container, so just probably about half of it or so. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut the paper towel, and to do that, I'm going to just measure, just sort of eyeball how much of the paper towel will fit in the container that I have. So I'm just going to kind of measure and just roughly eyeball about how much I need. And for this, it's recommended that you use a serrated knife. You can also use a bandsaw, but I don't exactly have one of those kicking around. So here I am just kind of eyeballing how much I need for my particular container. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the cut. Just take your time and be careful. There's a little bit of resistance when you get to that cardboard core, but other than that, it's pretty easy going. Okay, now that I've got it the right size, or the right height, I should say, I'm going to just do a test fit to see if I can cram this thing into the jar, and just try to force it and see if I can fit it, and it doesn't fit. No problem. Just going to cut off a few layers of the paper, and I can save that for later for napkins or something, and then just to try fitting it one more time. It was a pretty snug fit, but just work it and just don't worry if it's too tight, because that solid core that's in the middle, we're going to be removing that. So there'll be a lot of room for your wipes. Just try to just get it in there. Here I am just kind of twisting and pushing till it popped in. Now it's important to remember, don't try to take out the core yet. We're going to do that after we get it wet, so it'll just be easier to pull out. In here I have 1 cup of warm water, and to that I'm going to add my rubbing alcohol. So that's half a cup of rubbing alcohol. I'm going to bring this right up to the 12-ounce mark on my cup. So next we put in the dish soap, and for this we need half a tablespoon. And for this part I have my daughter helping me. So you want to take your spoon? Perfect. I'm going to fill it up. And when it's full, dump it in, okay? Okay, hold it nice and straight. Perfect. Okay, in it goes. Why don't you give it a little stir? Perfect. And now it's time to add a few drops of the essential oils. This is optional. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. Okay, I'm now going to pour this solution on top, right on the paper towel, and I'm going to try to get the core as well, get that nice and wet, and I'm just going to pour gently all around, try to do an even kind of distribution of the solution. Okay, so we have our solution now in the jar with the paper towels, and the paper towels are now absorbing and saturating, and The next step will be to take out this paper core. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on just to keep it contained. I don't want the alcohol to evaporate. And I'm just going to gently kind of get it all saturated. Okay, so it's been sitting for a few minutes. And the next step is to gently try to remove this inner cardboard core. So just gently kind of pull the paper towel away from the inner core. Just pull it away and give it a couple tugs, and it should come out pretty easily. For me, it was a pretty easy process. Just pull it right out, and you can just get rid of that. And now you want to just start from the inside and pull the paper towels or your new wipes from the inside. Just give it a tug and get it started. And I'll put the lid back on just to keep it sealed. So this first wipe that I took out, it feels very moist. It's very wet. It smells nice. It smells like the essential oils a little bit. Definitely smells like the rubbing alcohol. And it just seems like an actual disinfectant wipe, you know, that you get from the store. It wets the surface nicely. Seems to be working really well. You know, when you use your batch, if you make any, it's recommended that you use one wipe per surface. So if you wipe down your counter or wipe down a doorknob like I am here, just, you know, do the wiping and then discard the wipe and then go wash your hands. So you just don't want to bring contaminants from one surface to another. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please like it, please subscribe to our channel. I'd love to see in the comments if you guys made your own batch, what you used, how you did it. I'd love to know how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.